Video had just emerged of a Ghanaian man beaten, stripped, and shamed, dragged to the chief palace for cleansing as the youth says he has defiled the land. And this is Q Talk, and reporting is Chimerize Henry from our Toronto, Ontario studio. With me today, I have Mr. Achafo Kelechi Marvelous. Welcome, Achafo.
Thank you very much. It's really nice. It's nice seeing Chimerize present from the other side. And it's really very interesting. How are you doing, Chimerize?
I'm fine, thank you. So guys, I'll let you guys watch this video so that you know what we'll be talking about today. So here you go.
Warning, this video contains graphic content. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Say we are so be born in there. Na say very man beda anasa oba ne oba beda there. In France, ko ya sase so there omunjin tun. Enu nti nananom e betwa gare agu abrante no so. Nti sabre o hwe a abrante akofa ade no ba ye kofa ba ye. Ono na nanom amoabu nkotodwe a mo ye no. Nti sabre grandpa oti adi a ena mo betwa moja edi agu ni tiri so ayi sa musuo yi afiri ho ya mo ye ja kire se sabre o twa nanom ade esa ebegu form we nya kire se sa musuo we ye hia bi won kransa krodua we mu nti amamra ni amamra na
Now that you guys have watched this video and seen all the graphic things that have been done to this Ghanaian man, these have become a global concern in the continent of Africa, where LGBTQ men and women of rather folks have been abused, assaulted in different ways and manners. Mr. Achafo, what do you have to say concerning this situation?
For me, I would like to say that I would be honest and be plain about this. First, I would like to know how the guy was caught, if it's as a result of recklessness. For me, I first like to know how the origin of everything before I take my stance on things. And the number two thing, let me just talk about this, which is like the spiritual aspect of it. I believe he has to be cleansed from the chief priest. It's obvious from that video that they felt like he should be cleansed to wipe off, what's the word? To make the land, to preserve the sanctity of the land. To purify the land. Exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. For me, I would tell community members, please and please, if possible, I think it's high time now, community members will start migrating or leaving spaces that are toxic. It's not by force for you to be in a particular land or in a region. From the last story we did, it's obvious. If you are not safe, even if it's home, please leave. Talk less of in a community where you know that you've seen things that are going on. You see the way they handle people's cases. They are extreme, over the board. I think the word is crazy. And even it happens in foreign nations, where you see some people migrate from states that they feel like, oh, they are not safe in this state, to better states. Even in the
Very
US,
homophobic.
some people leave Texas, they leave Arizona. If they say these states are Massachusetts or what's the name of that state, they leave it and come to even Alaska. Some will be there, I'm not even safe there. They leave it and come to the states. But Alaska now is becoming a very, very safe. But Texas, people still complain that it's almost like a gun. They leave it and come to states like the New York, like California, where it's much more liberal, where it's much more like a saner and democratic setting. So I also advise us to be like LGBTQI community members too. Please and please find a way to move out. If you're in a toxic environment, toxic community, step away from there and go to a much more liberal one. I do not know where in Ghana this is, but I know that places like what's the name, like Accra, like Kumasi, like Ashanti too, they've been places that have been known to be a little bit liberal towards LGBTI community members. But other places, like I'm trying to remember their names. No, I'm not good with Ghana, but I know that some places too are very, very conservative places where they do not take things like this easily. So I'm sure this was one of the conservative places, one of the places that are traditionally, because it's obvious from that video. Now. Imagine the way they were cutting it, telling him to stretch out his hand, community members gathering, videoing it. It's just all a mess. And it shows that Africans, religion has, we've been, I will not say this is religion because it's not Christian or Muslim. This is just a traditional religion. And it shows how Africans are just wired in a different, just wired. It's just a joke for me that without ritual work, without ritual actually cleansing of this homosexuality, I will leave them to answer the distance. So maybe the guy in the future, whether he will be cleansed or not, I will. But I'm just one thing that, let me just leave it to me so you can talk, and I will just add it later on when we're about to close. Go on.
For me, when I saw the video, the first thing is I kind of felt like maybe other African countries would be different from Nigeria. I kind of felt maybe the homophobia in Nigeria is because of, Christianity and how Nigeria has always been a state of hatred. But seeing that it's also in Ghana really kind of shocked me and saddened my heart, because I felt like Ghana is more advanced than Nigeria when it comes to education. You're getting. But at the same time, I feel like as age clicks on you, that is one thing again, as age clicks on us, people will begin to know that you're homosexual. It cannot be hidden forever. Yes, when you're in your 18, your teens, your youth age, 20, 29, but once you turn 30, people start asking questions. They don't see women. So if you're thinking that you could cover it up for a long time, the reality is that you cannot cover it up forever. I feel for LGBTQ folks living in Africa, we should begin to demise a way of getting to a safer place for us so that we can, be free to express ourselves. I feel everybody has the right to express themselves, to love whoever they want to love. But in certain regions, like Marvelous has talked about, in certain communities, you know that those communities are very homophobic people, but you keep on saying, okay, they never catch me, I'm going to be very safe, it's because I'm smart. No, it's just because luck has been on your side. And I feel it's high time you start making plans to go to a better place that is more neutral for homosexuals. Thirdly, for me, I feel another thing you could do also is take the precaution. I'm not sure. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the windows were open. I don't know if this was a keto setup. There are so many questions to be asked on this video. But at the end of the whole day, the thing is that we go through all those pains, we go through all this crisis, we go through all this humiliation, and nothing is going to change if we don't first take the bold step to look for a safe place to secure our own self of safety. I feel sometimes you need to be selfish for your own self, because your own life is the most important life first before any other person's life. And that is the honest truth. That is it for me. Any final words from you, Mr. Chafo?
The final words for me would be that let LGBTQI community members be much more careful. Ghana now is like a hotbed, because we know the back and forth that the LGBTI community members have been going with not only the government, but also religious organizations and civic organizations too. There's been so much heat, especially when LGBTQI rights Ghana, when they opened their office in Ghana, we saw the back and forth. It was major headlines on many newspapers.
Away from health-related issues, heavily armed policemen a short while ago raided a house believed to be the office of the LGBT plus rights group in Ghana. Joy News editor Fred Smith joins us with more. Hello, Fred. What more can you tell us about this? Hello, Fred.
With the representative of the landlords, Dr. Jambibi, and they got here about 10 minutes before I did, and my information is that the moment they got here, there were some 2 men in the facility. They took to their heels and scaled the wall at the moment they set eyes on the police and the landlord entering the facility, and so the police decided to go into the building itself. The building, as you can see behind me, it's a 5-bedroom facility built in bricks, and inside this facility there's a large hall, and there's also a guest bedroom just close to it. There's the master bedroom, also not too far from it, and 3 other bedrooms in this facility. We're told that this is supposed to be the office for the LGBT campaigners in Ghana, and we did not particularly see office furnishings or office things. We only saw sofa and beds in these buildings, and in one of the bedrooms, which is just here, I managed to enter that bedroom. There were mattresses put in that bedroom, and you get the impression that people just woke up from this mattress beds.
Fred, but what is the police saying is the illegality? Or let me just put it this way: what charge, on what basis are they raiding this facility?
Well, they've not preferred any charges as yet. The investigation has just started, and they have not seen anyone and have not questioned anyone as we speak. The only thing that has happened is the landlord who approached the police and informed them of what was happening in his building. The building was rented to one person about 2 months ago at the rate of 1,500 cedis per month. They paid for a year's rent, and on hearing that this facility is what is being used for LGBT campaigns, he decided to call his tenant to find out exactly whether this was true, and it was confirmed that this is indeed what was happening here.
All right, so Fred, and quickly and briefly, if I get you right, the police acted after a report by the landlord.
Indeed.
Okay.
The landlord approached the police that he was coming here, and that because he had expressed disquiet about how his building was being used, he requested for police assistance in getting to the facility. And that's how come he came with the police. And when they came, they discovered that the building was being used for purposes other than what was agreed in that tenancy agreement he signed with the tenant. The hall had been modified. They had repainted. The landlord said in that agreement, they agreed that the hall was not, the building was not going to be modified in any way. Some of the buildings had the LGBT colors also, repainted as part of it. And the landlord said the facility was supposed to be used as a residential one. Okay. They were using it for commercial or office purposes, and he was unhappy about it, and therefore he says he wants to take over the facility and pay back the rent to this tenant, one person who came to rent from him.
All right, we'll leave it here for now. Editor Fred Smith sharing details with us. What we are learning is that some heavily armed men have raided a facility or a home on the request of the landlord, who says that the facility was being used for other purposes for which it was rented.
Back and forth going on in Ghana. Ghana is like really, really hot now. From the lesbian girl that was raped by men, and they tried to even mock her and molest her, to different stories that have been going up in Ghana.
Contact me on 054-720-5751. Everybody should contact me. I've lost all my contacts. I was drunk and I've been raped. I don't remember what happened. I don't know what has been happening to me for the past, I don't know how many days. Since on Sunday. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember what happened. I'm trying to create awareness. Please, I don't even know who I can contact. I don't have anybody's contact. They've wiped my phone. I don't have anybody's contact. I'm with the police right now. Please, I beg you. Anybody who knows me, I know all of you know me. It's me, Ella. I was drunk and I've been raped. eye clinic. Hospital. I need help. I need help. I need help. You guys should come for me. Come to my aid, please, please, please. I need emergency help. Anybody who knows me, anybody who is seeing this right now, please come to me. Please come. I'm not safe. I'm not safe.
The different stories that have been coming up in Ghana. The cross-dresser that was also beaten. We're also going to talk about the cross-dresser that was beaten in Nigeria recently. His bid was stripping. I will come on the show live. It just reached out to us, but it's something we'll talk about during the week too. So we have like loads of topic this week. So for me I just feel like in just moving forward, LGBTI community members should be much more moving on now, should be much more safer, but be much more louder and bolder in raising your voice. It's time for community members to get united, for us to start making conversations that count, start getting involved, start supporting people who are giving LGBTQI community.
Don't you think we've already had? Don't you think we've already have enough conversation? We've had programs, we've had conferences, we had so many things. I feel right now it's time for action.
Towards the right.
We have been having this conversation.
They're not having it with the right people. You call conversations, you call only LGBTQI activists. Who knows them? I feel like that's not the conversation for me. I feel like if I want to have a conversation, if not that fight at Kiwi Talk, I've not gotten to that, what's the word? That space. Yeah, exactly. So I've not gotten to that level as a person, which we are all going to get there very soon. By the grace of God, we will get there. I want us to get to that level whereby we call people that actually shape the policies. I don't want to have conversations with people that do not shape policies anymore. I want to have the lawmakers sit down, the police officers sit down, the military officers sit down, the state actors sit down. What is your listing? Even have some lawyers, some community, like people that build up the community, or the policymakers. What is really happening with the LGBTQI community members? Why is there so much hatred? Why is it so hard for just asking people that actually in this country sector, what is really going on? Does LGBT rights truly matter? Yeah, their own stance on it. And that's the way you shape in questions. Like what I said, that BBC's debate is homosexuality really African, or big issue, the big debate, rather. BBC's the big debate. It's one of the most fantastic things I've ever seen in my life till now, because I saw people that actually made policies sit on tables. Former presidents, lawmakers, current lawmakers, the Muslim Association president, even activists too were come, the biggest LGBTQI activists in Kenya. They were a different set of people. Like they came in there and they were discussing the issue. And it was really nice, not just saying LGBT activists say, oh, it's nice to be gay, gay is kiss on, it's nice. Sometimes if it's just defenses, then people will just feel like, oh, this person is defending because that's who he is. But it was nice to see a former president that was straight, that had a wife and kids, to actually defend LGBTQI rights and say that, oh, these rights are valid. So that's the kind of conversation we should have. And that's what I want to see moving forward. So I feel like we should have those right conversations. And I feel like LGBTI community members, they are not ready. They are still in the dark. You see somebody that is trying to even fight for them, and they do not even support these people. Even some of them even go as far as even mocking the person. Oh, this is a joker, a comedian, a wannabe, this and that. You are saying demeaning things. And I wonder that, oh, like what's this name? I've forgotten that lady, that activist. I'm trying to remember her name. Is it Harriet? Harriet, yes, her name is Harriet, but I can't remember her last name. That was freeing slaves during the US slave trade. He said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew that they were slaves. There are many LGBTQI people that do not know that they are slaves to the institution, slave to religion, slave to government bodies, slave to inhuman laws. And you try and fight these laws and you try and fight these people and say, oh, this is wrong, but they do not support you. Rather, they are mocking you, telling you, oh, even if they arrest you, they say, who sent you? Who sent that message? They are more spreading bad news than spreading your good news, trying to show people the good thing that you are doing. So I just feel like LGBTQI people need to be ready too. Because, my dear, in this life and this age and time again, you need to actually make a change by pushing other people making a change to keep on making that change. I'm done speaking. I need my mic.
Thank you so much, Mr. Achafo. You've said so much. The first thing you said was taking or having the right conversation, which is true, because I feel, yes, that is one huge point. We've not had the right conversation with the right people. We've been having shallow conversation or conversations that don't matter. We need to start talking serious business. We need to hit the nail on the head, like they say. Secondly, the community, I don't feel African LGBTQ community really wants to come out from their slums. I don't think we are ready, because if we are ready, you will not just be saying, oh, I'm happy that you guys are bold. That is what I heard all the time. I'm happy for your courage. I'm happy for your boldness. Darling, honey, my boldness alone cannot change the Constitution. My voice alone, or Marvelous voice alone, our voice alone cannot shape the Constitution. It is togetherness. We have to come together. We have to unite. Let us stop this division. Today it is Ghana. Tomorrow is Zimbabwe. But the question in my mind is, how did South Africa get it right? How did South Africa get human rights right? Is it because South Africa is a country with Caucasians? And that is the reality to Africans. Are you saying that we will not come to the right senses unless we have foreign aid or foreign people dwelling in our midst before we do the right things? Every other country, every other African country without a foreign or white people in them have been getting almost everything about human rights wrong. I feel it's high time we change this notion. One, to show that we are a people of love. We're a people that value human life, because this is not about sexuality. This is not about religion. This is not about creed. This is about the importance and the value of each and every individual human right. That is what we are talking about. So for all those who are coming to, comment under this video or look at this video and say, oh, no, yes, they are doing the right thing, they are cleansing the land. Remember, the question is not about God. The question is not about if homosexuality is right. The question is, do we as Africans value human rights? Thank you for watching. Please, like always, comment what you think about this videos. Comment what you think about all we have said. Share your ideas. We want to hear from you. Share this video to family members so that they can hear, and community members so that they can hear all these talks, even to your homophobic people so that they can hear what we are saying. Please share this video, like, and thank you. Peace out. We love you.